In my opinion, discipline is super easy day to day when you have a routine, but true discipline actually comes when things don't go according to plan. Like, are you still able to stick to your habits, stick to what you say you're gonna do? It's easy to um, accomplish your goals, get done what you want to get done when you're well rested, when you have a open schedule for the day or week, or um, basically like when everything's going to plan, nothing crazy pops up. Um, when you have a set routine, everything goes according to plan. In my opinion, it's easy to stick to that routine, that schedule. But when when you're tired, when you're busy, when something unexpected happens, when you don't feel motivated, are you still able to be disciplined and get done the things you want to get done despite not being at your best or not having the best schedule? I think that's what true discipline is, and I've had to learn that the hard way. Um, and I'll get into that more. But basically, are you able when poop hits the fan? Are you able to do what you say you're gonna do and stick to your habits? I think that's what I think that's what discipline really is. I always thought I was a pretty disciplined person until um, I realized that when things got out of routine, like if I had some sort of inconvenience pop up in the schedule or didn't sleep well or just feeling tired or sluggish a given day, it wasn't as good as doing the things I said I was going to do or sticking to my routine or my daily habits. So I kind of learned the hard way that, when that minor inconvenience pops up or schedule gets altered a little bit, are you able to still get those things done? And this doesn't mean it has to look perfect. It's not going to look perfect if the conditions aren't like normal, but that doesn't mean you can't still get, quality work in, whether that's, you know, if you can't work out as long, can you still show up and get some work done instead of not showing up at all? Or uh, I think, uh, yeah, that's just one example. And so now I try to not let my habits or my discipline be affected by my feelings or my motivation, because those things can kind of be all over the place for humans, and so those things are never going to be consistent. But can you still find a way to get good work and to get things done when conditions are optimal? So I think I've built true discipline by practicing that more. Especially when I was working in college, life on the road, life is rarely optimal. Travel schedule's hectic, eating schedule's hectic, and so still finding a way to get exercise in, to eat somewhat healthy, um, still get my work done, whatever that looks like. Still being able to get that done on the road, that was a huge lesson for me and something I've been able to carry with me, even though now I have more of a routine. Um, it's just shifted my perspective on what discipline is. And so now when those inconveniences pop up, when the schedule gets altered, don't even flinch, don't even complain, don't get negative. Just say, all right, this is what we're dealing with. This is a card we're dealt. So how can I make the most of this and still get done the things I want to get done? I love having a routine and kind of having either the day or the week mapped out. I think it's good to go into it with a plan. But in my opinion, that's when that's in place, it's easy to stick to it, but are you able to, when that daily or weekly routine gets disrupted, some sort of inconvenience comes up, you're sick, um, unmotivated, how do you respond when things don't go according to plan? Are you able to actually be disciplined through that? And so I think you need to decide, what non-negotiables do you have that basically, regardless of what happens that day, that you're going to get done. So for me, that's reading the Bible, exercising, um, maybe some tasks that I write down for that day that I know I need to get done. So decide what those non-negotiables are, and that can be things you're doing every day as part of your routine, or maybe it's something specific you need to get done that day regardless of what the day brings. So figure out those non-negotiables, and then you might have to sacrifice those things that are less important just to make sure you're getting done what you need to. So figure out those non-negotiables, and then don't be ruled by your feelings or motivation, because again, those are both temporary. They're always going to fluctuate, but discipline is showing up and getting things done regardless of how you feel that day, how motivated you are that day. It's stacking days regardless of what's going on around you or even what's going on inside of you. And I mean, those days that you don't feel like it are the days that define you and define how disciplined you truly are. What are you able to get done when you're not feeling your best? Everyone's great when they're at 100%, when everything goes according to plan. But how disciplined, how dialed in are you even when things don't go well, you're not feeling it, schedule gets ruined? Can you dial in and get done the things you need to get done and not make excuses? I think that's what true discipline is. So identify those things, identify those non-negotiables, and just ask yourself, are you disciplined when things are going great, or are you able to be disciplined in times of trial or busyness as well? And then maybe you need to look in the mirror and figure out whether or not you truly are disciplined. So that's kind of how I see it, but just a good way to self-reflect and see where you're at.